Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue sur ce live de The Council sur Fun&Gaming. On va commencer l'épisode 2. J'ai décidé de faire un truc. Si jamais enfin, je vais les faire en plusieurs parties les épisodes. Là j'ai fait la partie 1 pour l'épisode 1 et la partie 2 pour l'épisode 2. Et du coup je peux pas vraiment faire 1h30 complète. Ça a dépassé l'heure et demie du coup pour le dernier épisode. Du coup ce sera minimum 1h30. Et si vraiment il y a un tas de cinématiques et un tas de discussions dans l'épisode, bah ça prendra le temps qu'il faudra. Ce sera minimum 1h30, maximum je sais pas combien. Voilà. Compte à rebours, là je vais faire 1h35, je vais pas faire plus, parce que demain j'ai la famille à voir. Allez, je lance, salut à toi Donald donc, et on va continuer. L'épisode 2, Hide and Seek, et on m'accuse de meurtre. Pam pam pam.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Et il y a une lecture que je devais mettre en fonction, du coup. Elle m'avait dit quoi déjà? Subterfuge, hein. Ah oui, c'est vrai, pour pouvoir ouvrir des trucs. C'est quoi le talent le plus urgent là? Agilité. Allez, va pour manipulation. Ah, j'ai 2 manuscrits. Ah, j'en ai 3 à équiper. Ah, bah, c'est bon ça. Manipulation. Psychologie. Et étiquette, tiens, hop. Salut Livia, bienvenue.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night.
Alors. Ah, c'est pas lui. Lord William Alexander Mortimer, enfin on se rencontre. Marquis de Westfordshire et père de Grande-Bretagne, richissime aristocrate. Sacrément richissime pour avoir une bibliothèque comme on a vu dans l'épisode précédent. Aristocrate anglais. Aussi discret qu'influent, investisseur de talent, la réussite de Mortimer dans les affaires fut magistrale. Il finit par se retirer de la scène publique en s'isolant de plus en plus souvent sur son île privée. Grand mécène, il finança un bon nombre d'artisans, prenant plaisir à mettre en présence des personnalités inattendues. Il fit de même avec les grands de ce monde, hommes d'influence et d'état de son époque. Depuis, il organise régulièrement des rendez-vous mondains sur son île privée au large de l'Angleterre. Il me manque plus que 2 personnes. Donc elle est décédée, d'après ce que j'ai compris.
And I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
What are you getting at? What act of violence?
We found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. She was brutally murdered, stabbed several times. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night, and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
I was going up to my room when I saw Elizabeth waiting for me. She was very upset, and her words didn't make sense. I thought it best to follow her to her room, as she had asked me to.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
She claimed she saw my mother the previous evening on the cliff, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as possible. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting.
Et Olivia qui continue me trigger avec Madame, il y a du monde au balcon. Elle voulait sûrement absolument que je fasse crac crac boum boum U avec. Alors. Qu'est-ce que tu balances là-dedans, sérieux?
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Which four-letter word could open this? Which four-letter word could open this?
Pourquoi tu parles comme ça? Sérieux, ce serait ça? Parce que je vois un dieu derrière, puis je me dis que je l'ai pris pour Zeus au début. Et si c'est vraiment ça... Fragment d'archives. Penser sur les hommes et la société, une réflexion globale fascinante qui témoigne d'une compréhension approfondie des hommes. D'accord. Bon, bah j'ai réussi. Mais on dirait Zeus, hein, si je dis pas de bêtises. Au début, je pensais à Mars, parce que c'est très grec. En fait, le décor est grec. Et je me posais une sacrée question. Du coup, vu que le mec, il a quand même... il est quand même assez mégalomane sur les bords, avec sa propriété, je me suis dit, bon bah allez, vas-y pour les dieux grecs, vas-y qui se prend pour Zeus, César et compagnie, vu qu'on avait vu le truc de César tout à l'heure. J'ai vraiment eu un coup de peau là. Eau de mélisse.
The nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Non, je te jure, je jure devant Dieu, je n'ai pas triché. Je n'ai pas triché. C'est quoi qui fait ce bruit là? Ah, c'est ça. Mais franchement, le décor grec... Le décor grec, ça veut tout... Quoi, qu'est-ce qu'il y a là? Une pièce? Clé à motif occulte de l'eau, ok. Le décor grec, le truc vraiment gigantesque. Et du coup, moi j'avais pensé au début, j'avais pensé au dieu Mars. Parce que ça faisait Nars ou je sais pas quoi au début, puis du coup je me suis dit, essaye Zeus, puis peut-être que ça marchera. Mais juré, hein, franchement, j'ai pas cherché de solution ou quoi que ce soit. Et là je me suis dit, bon bah essaye Zeus, peut-être que ça peut marcher. Parce qu'il n'y a pas M, mais il y a un N. Oui, tout est vraiment basé sur les dieux grecs, c'est incroyable. Hein? Ah. Léviathan. Ce traité de la matière et de la forme du pouvoir de la République ecclésiastique et civile est un classique de la philosophie politique dans lequel l'auteur développe la thèse du contrat social. Et je sais que je vais parfois sur internet, que je cherche des solutions, etc. Mais pas là du tout. Je me suis dit, si je trouve pas, je cherche dans la pièce. Et sinon, j'essaye au pif. Vu que Nars ou je sais pas quoi, ça me faisait penser à Mars. Je me suis dit, et pourquoi pas, vu le décor à la grecque, les statues. C'est quoi ça? Pour sortir, d'accord. Et puis, faussement, je vais te dire, faussement, cette statue, j'ai pris son... En étant tourné, j'ai cru que c'était un éclair qu'il avait dans les mains. Je me suis dit Zeus, pourquoi pas. Merde, j'étais où?
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Ouais, mais Mars c'est le dieu de la guerre. Le dieu de la guerre, c'est... comment il s'appelle déjà? Arès. Et souvent, moi-même, j'ai tendance à confondre les dieux grecs et les dieux romains parce que à Rome, ils ont assimilé et intégré les dieux grecs et les ont renommés. Roi de Malte. Ah, je suis plein de croix de Malte, d'accord.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'll be in touch as soon as I have any more information. Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say. One last thing. You must know that Peru hit young Adams on the evening of our arrival. He apparently violently attacked her in the small salon.
Do you know anything else about the attack?
Oh, unfortunately not. I arrived too late to intervene. Young Miss Adams had already been submitted to the foul lout's rat. Otherwise, you can believe me, it would not have happened.
Pourquoi est-ce que ça m'étonne pas de Pérou? Sérieusement. Alors, puis Livien qui me dit, ça m'a pris un quart d'heure. Bah tu sais quoi? Pour une fois que c'est pas moi qui galère à trouver un truc. Donc je me rappelle plus, la chambre de la demoiselle c'était où?
Ce Jacques Perru.
Toi j'irai te voir après.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
On a toujours pas vu hein, le duc Manuel Godoy.
Huh, that's me. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. President George Washington.
Ouais, c'est la seule porte où il n'y a pas d'indicateur. Et ils l'ont laissé là, carrément.
Has Sir finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
Bienvenue sur la live aux personnes qui arrivent.
Has Sir finished with this room?
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
A chest with a half-circle pattern. There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts. I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations. She bled from the nose. There are signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There are signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
D'accord, les deux c'est les mêmes en fait, ok.
What a strange smell. Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness. Her breath smells of alcohol and of laudanum. People use it to relieve pain. Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated. Possibly held by someone or something. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated.
Ok, pardon, j'ai de nouveau
Possibly held by someone or something.
pas fait attention, toutes mes excuses, mais il y a tellement de choses qu'au bout d'un moment j'ai tendance à répéter, désolé.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body. It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle. As if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. No marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
D'accord, donc une page sur son corps, c'est particulier. Qui a été cousu sur le corps, bah dis donc.
Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe. Knocked over bottle of wine. Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Ok, donc à l'avenir, on va éviter de sentir des trucs et de goûter des choses quand on connaît pas.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand. clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime. Pentagram. What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, the pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
Ah, ça me dit si le choix a déjà été effectué. Ok, merci.
I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange. A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out. Pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light. A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France. There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently. Right. I shall have to find its owner.
Tout indique que ça peut être lui. Mais ça a l'air tellement évident.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
The color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Blablabla, ouais, je veux juste voir l'autre. Pas besoin, vu que j'ai déjà tout ce qu'il me faut là. Donc il va falloir que j'interroge Grota et Napoléon. Alors.
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
De toute façon, on va parler à tout le monde, hein, on n'a pas trop le choix. Et ça, c'est nouveau ou pas?
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and...
Comme ça, on l'avait déjà lu.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Ok, bon, ben on va interroger tout ce petit monde. On va t'interroger toi déjà. Parce que t'es tout prêt.
Good day.
Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Oui, Madame d'Olivia, tout à fait, le jeu me plaît beaucoup. Parce qu'elle me dit, Monsieur de, le jeu vous plaît-il, Monsieur de Richet? Oui, non, mais il me plaît le jeu. Bon, moi, c'est un bon 18 sur 20 pour le moment. Le truc, c'est que j'aime beaucoup l'ambiance, j'aime beaucoup les thèmes abordés. Que ça se passe à l'époque de Napoléon et de Washington. Moi, j'aime beaucoup le fait qu'il y ait des manigances, que ce soit un thriller, un truc d'enquête, etc. Moi, ça me plaît beaucoup.
Lord Mortimer must have informed you of the necessity for everyone to remain in their rooms until further notice.
Certainly, but I'm a guest, not a prisoner. I was looking for a servant, since we don't all, unfortunately, have one at our disposal.
Yeah, right.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Alors, c'est parti. Qui c'est ici déjà?
George Washington.
Salut Georgie. Alors ça va depuis que Connor t'a sauvé hier soir? Oui, j'avais fait Assassin's Creed 3 du coup, puis je l'avais sauvé. What? Le journal des inspecteurs. Ce roman du général-lieutenant de police compile des histoires impudiques inspirées de ses expériences personnelles qui ont heurté certaines sensibilités.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
J'en ai beaucoup trop sur moi en fait.
Map of Vermont.
Youhou! Allez, ça c'est bon. Alors, je sais pas, dans l'épisode précédent, c'est moi qu'on accusait. Puis maintenant, c'est moi l'inspecteur. C'est un peu bizarre, je trouve, mais bon. Moi, ça me plaît quand même.
Portrait of George Washington. A map of Connecticut.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Ok, monsieur Washington, il serait temps de nous dire des choses, mais avant, ça y a rien, ok.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly. Emily stopped by in the middle of the night, you can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes. She came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then?
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, it's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened, and I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry, countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her. It would appear that she wasn't invited to the conference.
That doesn't surprise me. The poor girl was in no way concerned by our business, and she had no political clout.
So, I don't understand why Sir Gregory invited her during the conference of his good friend Lord Mortimer. He must have realized that he wouldn't have much time to grant her. Preparing a conference does not seem an easy task. On the evening of our arrival, Lord Mortimer didn't even welcome us, what with his being so busy and all.
Yes, you're right, Louis. I didn't think of that. It is indeed rather surprising. The easiest thing to do is simply ask him, you know.
Of course. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken.
Et merde, je me suis trompé, j'ai pas fait gaffe. Comme c'est pas bien, c'est pas marqué en gris foncé pour dire que c'est comment dire, que c'est déjà dit.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently.
Ah, c'est intéressant ça du
I'm
coup.
not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed.
Donc je ferais mieux de faire gaffe, commencer par la gauche, comme avait fait par la droite. Comme ça ira.
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Bon, j'en ai fini avec lui. Il porte des escarpins, lui, d'accord.
Chinese coin.
Ah, ça c'est fermé.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
D'accord, je peux pas rentrer.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah, c'est vrai qu'on n'a pas de nouvelles de lui. Bon, c'est quoi ce bug? Je suis... Oh purée, j'ai eu peur.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice. Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Ben ouais, une partie au vite. Bon, elle est là.
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
Ouais, j'allais le dire.
Amber crystals.
Fragment d'ombre, ouais, j'en ai deux. C'est bien. Alors, je vais vraiment doucement hein, pour faire l'investigation de la bonne manière. Le faire tranquillou, ne pas me presser.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. P.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will recover from this impasse. but King George's mental situation is slowing down our decision-taking. Thank you in advance for all your help. William Pitt, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Ok. Duchesse, vous pouvez informer le roi George du soutien du Saint-Père. Nous vous aiderons à financer le recrutement de régiments d'émigrés royalistes afin de lutter contre la France. Votre ami, son éminence Giuseppe Piaggi.
Two coils circle the lock.
Et c'est là que je comprends pourquoi Livienne m'a dit « Ah, développe... comment ça s'appelle déjà ?» Développe subterfuge, c'est ce que je vais faire, je vais lui bourrer de points au prochain niveau.
Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now.
Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham. The Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Ouah, le coussin dans l'évitation. Il y a quand même quelques petits bugs, mais c'est pas trop grave.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
J'ai déjà vu
He
ça.
has indeed some powerful backers.
Madam,
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Since your arrival, did you notice anything strange about Elizabeth?
Everything that happened around that poor child was strange. You saw that for yourself.
I know. You're right. I'm looking for leads to try to reduce the number of suspects.
Well, I would say that in addition to ourselves, you could also cross off President Washington. I went to see him during the night. I had some business with him, and I can confirm that he didn't leave his room all night.
That gives Washington an alibi.
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least. Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily.
Ça se trouve, la mère, c'est un témoin.
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Donc si je tournais un petit peu comme ça, c'était pour voir les questions parce que la fenêtre est un peu trop claire. Et puis je voulais aussi voir ces paluches. Bah, apparemment c'est caché par la robe, donc je verrai pas ces mensurations de pieds.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ah, toi tu m'intéresses. Eh ben t'as un bon appart, mon cher Napoléon. Bon, on arrête avec les conneries.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
Je l'ai même pas vu en entrant. Ouais. Donc son épée, je connaissais déjà. Ça, je connaissais aussi. C'est dans la pièce d'à côté où j'étais pas allé.
Alexander Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
C'est ça, ok. Je gaffe quand j'entends un petit bip, j'essaie de faire gaffe. Pièce de collection, youpi.
Amber.
Chouette, encore une, puis ce sera bon, alors.
French actor Talma as Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
J'aime beaucoup aussi l'ambiance sonore, parce qu'on entend bien le bois qui travaille. Le feu, tout le reste. C'est bien foutu, je trouve.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear. and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Où est ton gun, monsieur?
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs. Golden elixir, consumed without excess.
2, ok. C'est son chapeau, ça, ok. Bon, et tant qu'on se parle, pourquoi t'as un flingue manquant, mon petit gars?
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Alors je sais pas si c'est vraiment un véritable accent français ou imité, mais franchement c'est rigolo. Moi ça me fait rire.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight, so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really, no.
Tu me parais tellement suspect, t'as répondu à ma première question, mais tellement vite au début.
As any good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you.
Ok, donc il l'a sur lui. Et il l'a sorti de son machin, d'accord. Donc il manquerait plus que ce soit l'autre gros lard qui a perdu son flingue. Mais vu qu'il l'a agressé... On parle de ce gars-là, hein. Pérou. Et du coup, ouais, il a vraiment la gueule du connard de base. Hein. Du coup, vu qu'il a été vu en train de frapper la pauvre dame, tout indique que la mère pourrait avoir été un témoin caché et que lui, il l'aurait buté.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Je pense que c'est un anglais qui simule un accent français parce que personne en français, personne qui serait vraiment français et qui aura un accent pourri à ce point-là, ne dirait monsieur. Il dirait monsieur, il dirait pas le R. Donc ouais, c'est juste un anglais qui imite.
Ce Jacques Perru.
Allez. Eh Pépé, qu'est-ce que tu as fait la nuit dernière?
What do you want from me, Derichet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit?
What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
C'est pas à ça que je m'attendais en fait.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Mais fuck à la fin. Pièce de collection. J'en ai un peu ras-le-bol hein, d'avoir des boîtes que... Si vraiment je peux rentrer à nouveau, la prochaine fois je dépense tous mes points dans... À chaque fois j'arrive pas à me rappeler. Je dépense tous mes points dans Subterfuge parce que c'est pas possible. Hein.
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
J'ignore si nous nous reverrons, je suis prisonnier aujourd'hui, piégé par mes propres décisions. Tu dois être protégé, mon avenir est perdu, mais toi, tu peux encore être sauvé. Quelle que soit la rancœur que tu auras contre moi, sache que j'ai pactisé avec un diable que je pensais maîtriser. Je croyais que je connaissais les monstres, mais ce que j'ai fait pour la France n'est rien comparé à ce dont ils sont coupables. Aujourd'hui, je ne vois pas d'issue, les mâchoires se referment sur moi. Je t'aime maintenant et à jamais. Ok.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests. Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it.
This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Psychologie. Clé à 4 cercles, super.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Belle batte de baseball. Ah mais non, c'est pour... c'est un chausse-pied, d'accord.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
Salut les fufu, bienvenue sur le live. Oh, ça va bien, tranquille. Petit jeu d'investigation. Et toi, comment ça va? Ah ouais, ça c'est un bain. Donc là, il n'y a rien, là c'est bon.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Pardon.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marie-Hélène.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Croix de Maltois, ok, d'accord. Donc, si j'ai bien compris le papier que je viens de lire, le mec a envoyé des mecs, des gens se faire guillotiner, et il a donné de l'argent pour un orphelinat. Je suppose que c'est pour soulager sa douleur, parce que les gens sont orphelins à cause de lui.
Nice decor for a revolutionary tribunal judge's room.
T'as des choses à me dire, toi.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Two days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Deriche?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
Ça devient compliqué. Alors, Fufu, écoute, je peux pas te... En gros, on est sur une île, ma mère a disparu, je fais partie d'un cercle privé du triangle d'or ou je sais pas trop quoi, mais c'est... En fait, c'est tellement compliqué, je t'invite à regarder la première vidéo, et à regarder depuis le début, ce sera plus simple. Clé à demi-cercle. Merde, c'était chez qui le demi-cercle déjà? Et là, elle fait un résumé de Pokémon. Non mais en gros, je fais partie d'un ordre secret, ma mère est allée enquêter sur une île, on m'a pour trouver 2-3 trucs. Le problème c'est qu'elle a disparu puis qu'on m'a invité pour la rechercher. Je résume en force un peu là.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
C'est trop long à expliquer en fait, le truc c'est que il faudrait vraiment, je t'invite vraiment à regarder la première vidéo parce que c'est très compliqué, il y a beaucoup de détails et c'est vraiment très bien foutu comme jeu.
Two coils circle the lock. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Je reviens en arrière parce que je sais plus qui avait la boîte en demi-cercle.
Huh, that's me. President George Washington.
Non, c'est pas elle, j'ai pas pu l'ouvrir. Je viens de trouver une clé. Et du coup, bah... Du coup, je trouve pas, c'est pas grave, je vais finir par trouver.
Chest with a half circle pattern.
Voilà, c'est ça.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible. Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism. Is Elizabeth really possessed?
On le saura jamais vu qu'elle est morte. Ben, j'en ai 4 là. Bon. Continue. On a combien de temps là? Il reste 15 minutes, faut savoir. C'est un jeu où ça parle beaucoup. Et où on investigue beaucoup et où on cherche beaucoup de choses dans les murs. Merci Livia pour le compte rendu. Pour le résumé. Tu le fais beaucoup mieux que moi parce que là, je suis tellement pris dans l'enquête que j'ai du mal à faire un résumé potable, pour être franc.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Faut pas que je me perde.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Il s'est barré comme un connard, lui. Bref, c'est un excellent jeu de complot et d'enquête. Et quelques petits bugs, mais sinon ça va. C'est pas là où je voulais aller. Ouah. C'est une croix de mal que j'en ai pas besoin.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Ça devient compliqué parce que le Pérou il a pas voulu me répondre et du coup bah c'est un peu le bordel. Mais je le soupçonne vraiment d'avoir commis ça puis que la mère elle était cachée en tant que témoin.
The alchemist is a young man.
Pièce de collection.
The signs of obscurantism.
Super, de la gelée royale.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Warner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant.
So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth. But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Golden Elixir.
J'en ai 4, c'est parfait.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Je vois vraiment pas là, l'orateur.
The alchemist is a young man. The signs of the zodiac.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. Amber crystals.
Chouette.
The alchemist is an old man.
Ok, croix de Malte, c'est bon, j'en ai plein.
A Chinese coin.
Chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. Chest locked with a 4-letter.
Merci.
Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Merci Livia. La plus importante et célèbre compilation d'écriture sur l'alchimie de la Renaissance, un peu de connaissances en occultisme. Oh, youpi.
What can I do for you, de Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Did you see how many tattoos Miss Adams had on her?
Of course. Who wouldn't have noticed?
Yes, but I'm sure that an expert like yourself must have an opinion on the subject.
I do.
Trophée obtenu, couteau
She was
suisse.
seeking to imprison something inside her. Her own body had become a sort of prison.
She wanted to protect herself. Is that what you're saying?
Elizabeth was a flame, a candle in the night. And like all candles in the night, she was surrounded by darkness, by her demons, call it what you will. One thing is for sure. She struggled against hell and high water not to let her flame go out.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Ah, du coup. C'est quoi ça? Intéressant, alors. Il a quand même de sacrés panards, lui, hein. Donc je sais vraiment pas si je dois le soupçonner, lui. Bien gros là. Je me suis trompé, c'est ça?
Blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Je l'ai vu de loin ça, du coup je me suis posé la question. Et je suis en train encore de me poser la question, mais qui l'a buté? C'est les papiers que j'avais déjà vus.
President George Washington.
Mais il me manque quelqu'un, il me manque Holm. Du coup, je sais pas où il est, lui.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
Il doit être à l'étage supérieur, mais bon... Déjà, je peux pas descendre.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Peu importe le temps, là, je vais quand même aller amener mes conclusions. Je peux vraiment pas lui parler à l'autre. Hein. Ouh là là, il y a comme un bug. Où Megdat? Bah, je sais pas qui a Megdat, mais alors c'est le bordel. Hein. Je suis en train d'hésiter entre Perru et puis son ancien amant, du coup. C'est assez compliqué, hein. Hide and seek. Caché et vu. It is fucking compliqué. Alors.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Pour le coup, je suis en train de me poser la question. J'ai des indices, mais je préfère n'accuser personne. J'ai deux... Attends, j'ai des indices. Déjà, les gros panards, j'ai un flingue qui est resté par terre là-bas. Il faudrait une grande force pour lui avoir fait ça. C'est tellement évident, mais je vais quand même le faire.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis? All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This is a very, very serious accusation.
It would appear that Monsieur Perru is the culprit.
What proof do you have against him?
His weapon was in Elizabeth's room, which proves he was present at the scene of the crime.
I see. What else?
He hit her before yesterday evening. His Eminence Piaggi can testify to that fact.
Ah, very interesting. Anything else?
I found a footprint in the victim's blood. The size corresponds to a very tall man.
That's certainly suspicious.
I believe there's enough here to prove his guilt.
Very well. I'll share your conclusion with Gregory, and then I shall take care of everything from now on. Given the eminent guests and the important political issues involved, I trust you will leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
I'd like to answer the cat, but unfortunately I'm increasingly worried that she's in fact the mouse.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me.
Ça c'est sûr qu'il va aller très loin. Hein?
Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother had trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
Emily has a twin sister who knew my mother? What's she playing at, goddammit? That... My vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
The room was just opposite Mortimer's study.
Ok, donc, journal... Ah, Emma Hillsborough. Emma Hillsborough, sœur jumelle de la duchesse Emily Hillsborough. Les deux sœurs lièrent leur destin de la manière la plus intime qui soit, c'est-à-dire en partageant la même identité sans société. Milieu professionnel, amour amant, les deux sœurs partageaient tout. Cette double identité fut très appréciée par Charlotte de Mecklembourg-Sterlitz, actuellement reine d'Angleterre, qui demanda à ces dernières de servir la couronne. Mais le temps passant, cette situation devint pesante pour Emma, qui supportait de moins en moins sa condition de doublure. C'est fatiguée de son rôle qu'Emma se rend chez Mortimer afin de représenter diplomatiquement l'Angleterre. Donc elle s'est fait flinguer, d'accord, merci beaucoup. Donc il ne me reste plus qu'une personne à découvrir. Et on visitera ça une autre fois en fait, parce que ça fait exactement combien de temps qu'on y est là? Ça fait 1h50, donc on va s'arrêter là, et on reprendra une prochaine fois, je sais pas quand, je sais pas si c'est demain, jeudi, que je referai du The Council, mais s'il n'y a pas de soirée famille, j'en ferai, sinon il n'y aura rien du tout, mais je vous informerai quelques minutes avant de commencer de toute façon, parce que les jeudis c'est spéciaux. Donc je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, pouce bleu si ça vous a plu jusque là, abonnez-vous si ce n'est pas encore déjà fait, je vous dis à très bientôt pour de nouvelles vidéos sur Fun&Gaming et pour ceux qui seraient encore avec moi, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, une bonne nuit. Allez, au revoir, bisous, bisous, merci d'avoir été là.